Obasi, Ngezana, Tebogo Mokoena again. Safa, I'm helping you out here. These three, they got yellow cards against Nigeria, so I don't want to see them anywhere near camp. Nowhere near camp. And I'm not even sure how it works now because FIFA strict. Even against Lesotho, Talent Mbata got a yellow card. So these four, Mokoena again, Mbata, Obasi, Ngezana. Please, they must be nowhere near camp. I don't want to take any chances. We can take Nduli from Orlando Pirates and we can take Mteto maybe for backup on the bench, slowly on the bench. But let's take Nduli, please. I'm sure you all know by now that South Africa has been sanctioned and they've deducted 3 points. They've deducted our 2 goals and we lost 3-0 to Lesotho basically after the sanction because of the Motebo Mokoena yellow card saga. But I just want to say to FIFA, thank you. FIFA, thank you very much for coming to a decision so quickly because I don't want to go to the World Cup with this thing hanging over our head. Imagine we qualified and we just went through, African teams would never shut up. Now at least Nigeria can shut up. Speaking of Nigeria, I remember Hugo Bruce mentioning a while back that Nigeria could possibly end up helping South Africa to qualify. And this can happen because Benin's last 2 games now are Rwanda and Nigeria. But where the problem is, Benin beat them both the first leg. I think they beat Rwanda 1-0 and Nigeria 2-1. So Nigeria need to wake up. See, if Nigeria can win against Lesotho, then they go to 14 points. And then they think they can stand a chance in the last game by beating Benin with the heavy score. They go to 17, which will keep Benin at 14 if Benin beat Rwanda. We need a calculator for this one. You see, this is the Bafana I know. The one we have to calculate other teams if they score 1 not in there, if 3-1, yeah, that's what happens. That's the Bafana I know. But anyways, having said that, we are left with Rwanda and Zimbabwe. And the problem is, first leg Rwanda beat us. They beat us 2-0 at home. In that, I remember it was the wet stadium, artificial. It wasn't a nice game or nice field. As Zimbabwe, our neighbors, listen, our neighbors, don't give us problems, please. We beat you 4-0. That's it, and we keep it moving so we can up our goal difference. But yeah, guys, this is hectic, man. If Benin win both games, they go to 20 points. But now it depends on the goal difference. Because if we also win both our games, we'll also go to 20 points. But we need to score just 1 more goal than Benin or don't concede. That's why Nigeria can help us in this whole situation. If Nigeria beat Lesotho, they go to 14 points. They're on maybe a +3 goal difference. They get excited, then they know the next game they must beat Benin by a heavy score. That means we must beat Zimbabwe by a heavy score. Zimbabwe, 5-0 is coming on the way. Don't fight us, please. But yeah, having said that, I'm actually glad this whole situation is sorted now. We can move on now. And Bafana, let's concentrate on the next 2 games and get a win.
FIFA have sanctioned South Africa and removed 3 points from them, making them second now on the table, just behind Benin Republic on goal difference. They have 14 points. Nigeria is on 11 points. Sincerely, I want to celebrate this, but I don't know. They're not to celebrate here. They're sincerely not. I don't see us qualifying from this group. Had it been we won the game against South Africa, had it been we won that game, and now these 3 points are deducted, then we would have had a very strong chance of qualification. But now we could not win South Africa. Right? So there's nothing to celebrate here. This is a win for Benin Republic, not for Nigeria. Very, very sad, because I believe that South Africa, fielding an ineligible player, I don't think they did it intentionally. Maybe it was just an oversight. I don't think that it's something they did intentionally. Because with or without that player, I think they would have still beaten Lesotho. And sincerely, I still think that South Africa has a strong chance of qualifying from this group, even with this 3-point deduction. So there's nothing really to celebrate here, apart from the fact that, maybe you just want to do South Africa bad belly. There's nothing to celebrate here. Nigeria will still not qualify from this group. I don't see it happening, right? I don't think that these boys are serious enough to qualify. But let's see. Let's see. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Let's see. But I'm not optimistic about our qualification from this group.
South Africa has been deducted 3 points for fielding an ineligible player. Right now, Benin is topping with 14 points, same as South Africa. So in this group, South Africa, Benin, or maybe Nigeria might qualify directly or as second best. These are the next games for the three countries. South Africa will be facing Zimbabwe and Rwanda, which I think South Africa can defeat these two countries. And Benin will be facing Rwanda and Nigeria, while Nigeria will be facing Lesotho and Benin. So let's just imagine that Nigeria wins their next two games and South Africa and Benin wins just one of their next two games. The three countries will be having 17 points each. So Nigeria needs to score so many goals in their next two games to qualify even in that second position, because I think South Africa can still defeat those two countries and qualify as the first in that group. Why for Benin will be a little bit difficult because they'll be facing Nigeria. I know Nigeria will try their best to win that game. So guys, what do you think about this group? It's really a difficult group, but at the end, I think maybe Nigeria still have a chance to qualify that second position if they can win their next two games, which is defeating Benin 2 and scoring so many goals.
We are back to asking countries for favors. Guys, of all countries that we have to ask for favors, Nigeria is part of them. We have to ask Nigeria for a favor. That does not sit well with me. Who is responsible for this negligence, guys? Because now we are back to using calculators when trying to figure out if we are going to qualify for the World Cup. I understand that human beings make mistakes, but mistakes like this that could cost us a World Cup qualification, something that we have not qualified for since 2010. We need to see serious consequences. We need to see serious consequences. That's the only solution. We need answers from that one person. It's part of your job mandate to know which players are suspended for which games. And this one slipped your mind. I don't want to blame Deborah Mukwena himself here because players forget. Players genuinely forget. International football comes and goes. It's not like they play these games back to back to back to back. We are not going to blame Hugo Broos as well because that's not his primary job. We have to win the remaining games to qualify for the World Cup. We have to win. We have to win comfortably because goal difference is also at stake here.
FIFA Disciplinary Committee have now deducted 3 points from South Africa. This is a good news for Super Eagles. But then you have to think about the draw Super Eagles had against South Africa. Right now, South Africa on 14th points. And then Benin Republic on 14th point. Remember, South Africa defeated Lesotho 3-0. Now, FIFA have rescinded that 3-0 and given Lesotho 3 points and 3 goals because South Africa fielded ineligible Mokena in that game. Right now, the table stands as you're seeing on the top of the screen. First is now Benin Republic with 14 points. Second is now South Africa with 14 points. Nigeria is now third on 11 points. Now, what is going to happen? In fact, South Africa still have a huge chance in this group because their fixture is to play against Zimbabwe, who is the last on the table. This is winnable game. And then their last game will be against Rwanda. Rwanda have 11 points, so Rwanda will still be pushing to beat South Africa and win their 2 games to go top. Then Nigeria on the other side. Nigeria will be meeting Lesotho. So Nigeria should be able to get the 3 points from Lesotho. And then the final game will be Benin Republic and Nigeria. And Benin are topping. So this group is still kind of open. Anything can happen. Any of the team with 11 points can finish top. Then South Africa and Benin Republic can also finish, top. It means that the competition for the last 2 games is going to be fierce. This group is now looking like a deadly group. If you ask me, I don't know, because African football, there's a lot of draws, a lot of 1-1, a lot of 0-0. I don't see how South Africa are likely to win their remaining 2 games. Nigeria, you don't know what you get from them. Will they win the 2 remaining games? Benin Republic. So it's difficult, but I feel we should keep all our fingers crossed, hoping for the best. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think Super Eagles can make it to the World Cup, or do you think nothing can be done? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember, if you need Super Eagles jersey, slide into my DM and have you. Thank you.
FIFA has finally made the major decision everybody knew was coming. 3 points has been deducted from South Africa's total tally in the World Cup qualifier for playing, that is, Deborah Mukwena, who was ineligible to play the game against Lesotho. This is how the group now looks like, with Benin going on top after the points deduction and the goal difference also deduction for South Africa. So Benin are now top of the group. South Africa now in second place, and they have the second automatic plots, with now Nigeria in third, Rwanda in fourth. Then it continues. But as it looks as of now, for the top 4, any of them can qualify. Mathematically on paper, any of the top 4 can qualify, but it's Benin and South Africa who are actually leading the path from this. So for Benin, they just have to win their remaining 2 games, win convincingly possibly, and maintain the goal difference ahead of South Africa, and they automatically qualify to the World Cup. Then for South Africa, they also have to win the remaining 2 games. That is, if Benin is winning their remaining 2 games, South Africa must also win the remaining 2 games and just score 1 more goal than the total goals Benin will score, because South Africa already have the head-to-head advantage over Benin. So if the goal difference is the same between Benin and South Africa, then it's South Africa who will go ahead. So you just have to score one more goal than the total tally Benin will score. That is, if Benin wins all their games and South Africa also wins all their games. So that's the simple mathematics. Then for Nigeria, they also have to win the remaining 2 games and just hope that Benin will drop some points, and also South Africa, will also drop some points. But then the advantage for Nigeria is that they have a game with Benin. So if they win their remaining 2 games, that means Benin dropped points. So they only just need South Africa to drop points if they win the remaining 2 games, and then they are through. Then for Rwanda, they also have to win the remaining 2 games. And if Rwanda actually win the remaining 2 games, they would actually, with a good goal difference, let me say also, because goal difference could really count in this group, they would also be in a good spot to qualify because they have a game with South Africa and they have a game with Benin. So if they win the remaining 2 games, that means South Africa drop points, Benin drop points, and then it's in the same point tally, and it's now goal difference which will count. So not only win the remaining 2 games, but also get good goals, and then they would also make it to the World Cup. So as it stands now in this group, all 4 teams have a good chance of making it to the World Cup if they win the remaining 2 games. That means the last 2 games in this group is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, South Africa, we just got some terrible news. This tweet is from Idisky Times, so shout out to them. Breaking news, FIFA have officially deducted 3 points from Bafana Bafana. Ish, man, on some level we all knew it was coming, but for some reason it still flipping hurts. Obviously, as you should know by now, this is because the Mokoena played against the Lesotho back in March, despite having 2 yellow cards. So basically we played an ineligible player, and therefore will now be receiving a 3-0 loss for that match. And the worst part is that South Africa now drops from being first in the group to second, still level on points, but we are now second due to goal difference. And that just means we're gonna have to win these remaining 2 matches, man. We literally don't have a choice, man. We need 6 points from 6 here. You know, and the fact that this news is coming out the same day that Amajita starts their under-20 World Cup campaign against France, I don't know, man. It's a little bit suspicious. It's giving inside job. It's giving let's throw these guys off their game. But anyway, it's confirmed, it's done, and luckily our World Cup chances are very much still in our own hands. Is South Africa still going to World Cup 2026? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below.